Right. Welcome to the Yreka City Council meeting for our special meeting today for May 14th, 2024. This is now 3:01. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just a reminder for everybody to silence their cell phones, please. Good afternoon, everybody. Back down here. Okay. We go to number 2. This is public comment. Public participation is limited to those items listed on the agenda. If your comments do not concern an item listed on the agenda, please address the city council at the next regular meeting. The city requests that persons addressing the city council refrain from making personal, slanderous, profane, or disruptive remarks. Council members, when recognized by the mayor, may ask questions of the presenter, but no action may be taken by the city council during the public comment section of the meeting. Under the Brown Act, the city council is prohibited from discussing or taking action on items not listed on the posted agenda. Please speak into the microphone from the podium. The podium electronically adjusts up and down to accommodate the speaker. Please state your name for the record prior to providing your comments. Please address the city council as a whole. If you have documents to present, please provide a minimum of 7 copies. Those become public record. Please limit your remarks to 5 minutes. Since the council is unable to take action on issues not on the agenda, your matter may be referred to staff for follow-up or placed on a future agenda. Public comment period is not intended to be a question and answer period or conversations with council or city staff. Public comment at this time. Okay. No public comment. We'll move to item number 3. Old business. This is the municipal projects manager. Sorry. A agenda title. This is the community theater HVAC replacement project. The recommended city council action is the adoption of resolution 2024, authorizing the city manager to award a construction contract to S&B James Construction Incorporated for the community theater HVAC replacement project amount of $634,460 to execute related documents, approving a supplemental appropriation for capital outlay of $540,000 prior to the adoption of the city's FY 24-25 budget. And then, so 2 parts it looks like, right? Correct, or is it all one?
Yeah,
Okay.
that is correct.
So,
Yep. No, we'll just have Cindy, you and Matt can present this.
all right.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Right. Hello, Mr. Mayor, members of council, Cindy Lynch, Municipal Projects Manager. As you know, we've had this theater project in progress for a long time. It's been out to bid several times. The 4th bid process was in March 2024 with no bids, and it's now appropriate to seek direct procurement. We're made aware of S&B James Construction, who's been doing a lot of work around here at the hospital and the schools. We did some research. We've asked them for a quote. They submitted a quote of $634,460. We reviewed the quote and reviewed the company, and they are licensed to do business in California. They're registered with DIR in California, and they have SOIs up to date. So they're a good company in that respect. We're presenting this item requesting a supplemental appropriation prior to the budget of that $545,000 to allow the project to move forward. The project is going to be to install the 40-ton AC unit, do routing of the ducting across the rooftop, install new primary power supply from the existing service, 2 new propane tanks with bollards and fencing, everything up to date, and also replace the existing 5-ton heat pump and fan coil. The current per capita grant of $177,952 has already been allocated to the project, which means that we have $545,000 to make up, and the finance director has suggested we use the capital reserve funds for that. So we have the resolution for you to allow the city manager to award the contract to SB James for construction. And I'm here with if you have any questions.
Thank you, Cindy. I'll go to city council members for questions at this time. Council members, any questions? Ms. Lynch? We're asking, see if council members have questions. Ms. Lynch presented the 3A, which is the HVAC replacement at the theater and the cost. So I was just going to questions. If anybody has, any council members have any questions at this time? Nobody to my right? Anybody to my left? Give Mr. Kaeg a minute. That's okay with everybody? Okay, so you're aware of the Mr. Kaeg, Councilman Kaeg, I'm sorry. Councilman Kaeg, of the project that's been ongoing at the theater, and the bid has come in more from S&B James. And we're seeking approval to move forward. So any questions? No? Okay. So no questions from the council members. I will go to public for public comment regarding 3A on the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, the time for public comment was under item 2. As a special meeting, public comment
Oh, I'm sorry.
only for at that time.
Okay, so scratch that. We already have a public comment if you wanted to comment on 3A. So I withdraw that. So no public comment this time. All right. So back to the council for item 3A. What are the wishes of the council?
This is Councilman McCoy. I recommend adoption. I make a motion to recommend adoption of resolution. Do you need them both? Do we need them both?
Separate.
We're gonna deal with them as separate items. So this is just 3A at the moment.
Got it. I'll make a motion for adoption of resolution 2024-25, authorizing the city manager to award a construction contract to S&B James Construction Incorporated for the Community Theater HVAC replacement project in the amount of $634,460 and to execute related documents and approving a supplemental appropriation for capital outlay of $545,000 prior to the adoption of the city's fiscal year 24-25 budget.
I have a motion from Councilman McCoy
I'll second the motion.
and a second from Councilman Baker. I'll do roll call. Councilman Kaeg,
Aye.
Councilman Davis,
Aye.
Councilman Baker,
Yes.
Councilman Pro Tem McCoy,
Aye.
and Mayor Middleton. Aye, the motion passes 5-0. So 3B, this agenda title, Community Theater Roof Replacement Project. Recommend City Council action before you is the adoption for Resolution 2024-26, authorizing the city manager to award a construction contract to S&B James Construction Incorporated for the Community Theater Roof Replacement Project, the amount of $138,264, and execute related documents and approving a supplemental appropriation for capital outlay of $38,000 prior to the adoption of the city's FY 24-25 budget. Cindy, again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The theater roof replacement project was put out to bid in July of 2023, and we had no responsive bids at that time. And we were advised by the city attorney that it was appropriate to go ahead and procure directly. As a result, we went ahead and directly procured with SB James Construction, again, because it made sense to coordinate the roofing project and the theater project at the same time, essentially so that we didn't have a gaping roof hole while we're trying to do the theater HVAC project. And because SB James has the depth to be able to manage both projects at the same time, it just seemed sensible. So they gave us a quote of $138,264. We've reviewed the quote, and we're presenting this item and requesting the supplemental appropriation to cover it. We have the Norris Foundation grant of $100,000 that's allocated to the roof, fixing the roof, which leaves about $38,000 to be left as city match. The finance director recommends again going to capital reserves funds to supplement the grant funding to complete the project. And I'm here if you have questions.
Thank you, Ms. Lynch. So, questions from city council? No. So I'm not supposed to go to public comment, but can you clarify what Joan Fabro has her hand out for? Behind you. I think she wants to clarify something that Ms. Lynch maybe said.
Maybe since we have a direct question and the
Okay.
person directly related. If you want to come up and
Okay.
speak into the microphone.
Okay.
It's the most ideal. And-
All right, so I'll close, since nobody has questions from the council, then we'll go,
I just have a comment.
Vince, you're direct, with
Yeah,
the
'cause
project. Okay.
Joan Favreau not only represents the Red Scarf Society, but she represents the Red Scarf Society that got the $100,000 Norris grant. And I think you have information you'd like to discuss
Yes.
based off of that relationship
Okay,
with us.
just wanted to clarify that she
Yes.
is just not public comment, that she is
The Red
part of
Scarf
the,
Society has added $5,000, so you really have $105,000 to complete the roof. It was just a token amount, but all we could afford at that time. So if that could be changed to, I guess, $133,264. And we're really glad that this project is moving along. Thank you.
thank you. Okay. So I'll go back to the city, I'll go back to council for. or Mr. Better.
Just to clarify though
Okay.
too, is that we won't subtract the total off the cost. We'll subtract it off the capital outlay monies, if that makes sense. So the cost is the cost, $138,264. Then we would subtract $105,000, and then the difference is then we need 33,000. So when the motion
Okay.
is made, we wouldn't ask for 38, we'd ask for 33,000, if that makes sense.
Yes, any questions from the council regarding that? No? Okay. 3B, what is the wishes of the council with the change of the capital outlay to 33,000 and not 38,000? What are the wishes of the council?
I'll go ahead. This is Councilman McCoy. I will make the motion for adoption of resolution 2024 through 26, authorizing the city manager to award a construction contract to S&B James Construction Incorporated for the community theater roof replacement project in the amount of $138,264 and to execute related documents and approving a supplemental appropriation for capital outlay of $33,000 prior to the adoption of the city's fiscal year 24-25 budget.
I have a motion from Councilman McCoy
I'll second it.
and a second from Councilman Cake. I'll do roll call. Councilman Cake,
Aye.
Councilman Davis,
Aye.
Councilman Baker,
Yes.
Councilman McCoy,
Aye.
and Mayor Middleton. I will be aye. The motion passes 5-0. Congratulations. And I want to say thank you to everybody for your hard work. I know this wasn't easy. Ms. Lynch, our project manager, who spent a lot of time on this, going out several times and working on it. And we want to thank the Red Scarf Society for their contributions and their efforts on this project. So thank you, everybody involved. Yes. Yes. So thank you. Wow. We're going to be moving forward. Yay.
We started that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. At least I get to see it done. Thank God.
Okay, at this time, we're going to be moving into closed session at this time. So the council will recess to closed session and discuss the following items at the end of